Radical.
So good news to report about 3 weeks too late. Better late than never, right? O.J. Simpson is dead. The killer of Nicole Brown Simpson is gone. Am I breaking some news here that O.J. killed his wife? Is there anyone out there still that believes that the killer's still out there? Let me explain something to some of you that don't think O.J. killed his wife. Usually, generally, when people do not kill their wife, they don't come out with a book called If I Did It. They don't make light of the situation, and they damn sure don't smile and nervously laugh in interviews when talking about their ex-wife, unless they were either involved in it or just very, very, very happy it happened. What kind of psycho are you dealing with? Like, I've watched interviews where he has just been giggling, just wow, talking about it. Damn, dude. Like, it's one thing to be a brutal murderer, but then not to have any issue with it whatsoever. He had a temper, by the way. He had a temper, I think. Well, I'm not going to go into details because, like I said, 5-6 minutes, but and I don't even have time to get with some of you in the comment section if you try to tell me that O.J. Simpson did not kill his wife. Okay, like I said, you don't have a book that you brought out called If I Did It, If You Didn't Do It. There was an interview. Any of you that still don't think that, I'll link you an interview to where O.J. all but basically confessed to doing it. His confession was the fact that he dropped the hypothetical, and when interviewed, he started going into details about it, and he had to recollect things. Wow. It's almost like he wants people to know that he did. He's so proud of it. He wants people to know he's justified in it. There was it wasn't a happy marriage, I'll say that. There was a time where Nicole Brown Simpson called because she was afraid for her life. She was afraid for her life with OJ. He's yelling and screaming in the background about, what's up with Jeff? Like, you're fucking Jeff in front of our kids or in front of my kids. So it might have been point of contention that she was bringing men around his kids. He saw them as his kids. I don't know what to say to any of you that don't know that he did it. He did do it. And now he's gone. You might bring up that he wasn't convicted of murder. Oh, you know why he wasn't convicted of murder? There were jurors back then that basically admitted that they had made their decision before it even began. There are jurors that admitted that they were going to let him go free because of, I believe, Rodney King. I don't have all the details about that situation, but basically because all the officers that beat Rodney King, I think it was Rodney King, because they went free, this was black people getting back at the white man somehow, which is kind of funny because you think about it, OJ really, really wanted nothing to do with black people. I think he even said multiple times that he's not black. He's just OJ. Like he was not, I mean, he had a white wife. His wife wasn't even black. So he didn't care much at all about black people whatsoever. So it's kind of funny that he was seen as their champion. He was seen as their champion. There's some grisly, brutal details also about the murder that makes me think it was personal. Like, if you have a situation where there's a murder and, I mean, Nicole Brown Simpson, she has a lot of money. A situation where there's a murder and it happens and they want to steal some stuff, okay, then probably that person's not going to be stabbed, I think 12, 14 times, and nearly, I warned you, it was gruesome, cut so deep at the front of the neck they were nearly beheaded. That's somebody that is pissed off, fuck off. That is somebody that is incredibly angry, and it's personal. It is personal. And the guy was stabbed 25 times. So OJ did it whether or not he was alone or not, whether or not he had somebody helping out, whether or not he even oversaw it happening. He was involved. He was involved. I'm reading more details here. You know, he left the crime scene with the Bronco. There was a lot of their blood, I think, and there was a lot of their DNA. Well, maybe the time DNA wasn't as big as a deal as it is right now, but from the crime scene, there was a lot of DNA and everything from that crime scene. There was blood everywhere. He did it, man. I don't know what to tell any of you. They're going to try to argue. I feel it. I feel like there's some dumb motherfucker that's going to argue with me about how OJ did not do it and he was framed. Really framed? Okay. You don't have to be a pro investigator to see that there was a history of violence. There was a history there. There was a motive. There was everything. Even if you didn't think that back then he was framed, probably, like I said, he wouldn't be gleefully laughing when he talked about it, and he wouldn't have a book called If I Did It, because that's a person that sees absolutely nothing wrong with the fact that it happened. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I have to stress, she was nearly beheaded. It was almost cut off, man. Jeez, like some people. The saddest moment here is that Norm Macdonald didn't live to see this day. The world doesn't make sense. Norm passed away before OJ. If you don't know who Norm Macdonald is, he was an incredibly funny deadpan comedian. And at the time, look it up on SNL, he was going hard in on OJ. He really was. Like, one joke simply was, OJ was asked why him and his children did not celebrate Mother's Day. He said, well, it's probably because, silly, it was probably because, idiot, I killed their mother. I can't do his delivery, but he had the best delivery. And also, one really funny bit was, Bill Clinton and Hillary? He said Bill talked to OJ and said, like, hey, I got this one problem maybe you could deal with sometime. And then he flashes a picture of Hillary in the background. Had a couple of jokes about Bill and Hillary, Norm was a dark comedian. He really was. But the thing with Norm was he had such a delivery and he had such a smile, it almost wasn't really offensive. And he'd look around and get like, really offended at, are you? I told you this was going to be, I'm trying to keep it short here. I just want to document it because it's a big deal, right? O.J. Simpson finally kicks the bucket.